Hi, hello, welcome to Unveiled, a homebrew 5e game where we get together and do dumb things. We're gonna do introductions, then we'll do a short recap. Then we're just gonna play the game. We're just gonna play the game. Hi, Chris.
Oh, me. Well, hello. I am the Chris. Mom, Dad, thanks for inviting me over to play today. I play Tilvius. He's a centaur, and for some reason, he seems to know a lot about sailing. And that's all. Joff has a giant face.
Yeah, hi, Joff.
Could not find mute button. Hi. Oh, wait, you want me to intro?
Yeah,
Okay.
you got
All right.
it. I believe in you.
All right. We'll edit this part out. Let me know when I'm supposed to go in.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Wait, no, you should count me in. We'll edit that part out.
Okay.
Yeah,
3,
I'm ready.
2, 1.
Hi. Oh, I talked while he clapped. Can we start again?
Yeah, we're gonna have
Okay.
to do it one more time. All right,
Yeah,
3,
just count me
2,
in. Count me
1.
in. Does one mean go, or is the hand?
No, the hand. The hand is
Okay,
go.
all right. Like
It's
one
like
more
the-
time.
But it's the hand, so you can go at any point, like after the one.
Okay, yeah. Anytime
Yeah.
after the one.
Joff,
Got
you
it.
want some background music
One.
for your...
Yeah, can you put some in?
Okay.
Shit, fuck. All right, one more time.
All right.
One more time.
Yeah, we got it.
3,
We
2,
got it.
1.
Hello, my name's Joff. I am anthropomorphic sandwich. I'm here to play Fox Girl, running around under a boat. If you guys ever want to come over, I've got 6 or 7 of these for you. Anyway, there's an owl whose hoot sounds like who cooks for you. Look it up. It's fucking true. Get off my pecs. Back to you, Mom.
All right. We'll go straight
we
to
do it
mom then. Hey, mom.
Hi, children. I play Argyle, our artificer alchemist. And remember, Mom is very proud of you. And if nobody's told you today, Mom loves you, appreciates you, and you are the smartest in the world.
Hi, Tony.
Mom, meatloaf! I said I wanted meatloaf! Where's it at?
Well, you're
Yeah.
getting chicken tenders.
The fact.
Look, I ate chicken tenders 3 times. Right. Good evening, everybody. I am Smallbeard Rusati, and we're getting on a boat. And I'm excited to see where the boat goes, because the boat usually gets on the ocean. And sometimes it floats, and sometimes it doesn't float. And hopefully it will float all the way to where we're going, because if it didn't float to all where we were going, then we wouldn't get to where we were going. So, Mom, can you make sure that you pack all my snacks, please?
I'll pack 2 Capri Suns for you, Pacific coolers.
Oh, you are the best. Thank you. Back to you, Dad.
What a trip, man. Last but certainly not least. Hi, Emily.
Hello. Gerda here. Rat lady. Never been on the sea before, but they say that the rats know when the ship is going to go down. So I feel like I will be like an integral part of the team should such a thing happen. And if not, then I will probably just eat psychedelics and go up in the bird's nest.
I think
Sounds
you'll
like a
eat
great time.
psychedelics regardless. I'm gonna be real with you. Whatever you can find is probably
You
fair.
know
Gonna
me
be
so
great.
well.
Yeah.
Great. It's great.
Yeah, so I'm Dakota Orshiro. I'll be DMing this group of individuals. I think that was a good show of character. That intro was a good show of character.
Yeah.
So the last couple episodes, we came back to Saris. We spent some time going through Saris. We found out a little bit about what had happened in town. We helped with some of the more demonic problems left around. And then we were looking for passage to Alabaster in search of Rosati's mom. That's kind of the concern that we're dealing with now. On a timetable of let's get there as quickly as possible, we decided to book passage on a boat. At least get us to Anrala. That would be the capital of the kingdom you are currently in. So, last time we left off, we had talked our way into passage. Some of us spent a little bit of time walking around town, securing some supplies and whatnot, and then you all met back at the guild hall and slept through the night. As we wake up and veil light bleeds through the little panes of glass that sit in each of the little magical rooms here at the guild hall, you all wake up in this early morning.
I poke Tilvius.
What's up, buddy?
Hey. I know that I'm really short on cash. I know that you're probably also fairly short on cash. I got an idea. It's breakfast time, right?
Yeah.
Where's your bow?
My
Your
what?
bow? Your violin, your bow, your violin and bow.
Yeah. I also have a short bow, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, right. Sorry. Come with me.
Okay.
I got an idea, and I'm gonna take him down and pick out a spot, and I'm gonna set up my little tea stand, and I'm gonna have him play just some kind of music that goes along with breakfast, and we're gonna try to raise money for ourselves.
Yeah. So where exactly are you trying to set up? Are you setting up in the guild hall here? Or are you going outside?
I want the highest flow of traffic possible.
Okay. Roll me perception.
Perception. Should I roll the chonky dice, guys? Chonky dice? I think we like the chonky.
Also, please send me your 2 rolls for the day.
I will do so. That was a 17 on the dice for Perceptione. That's an 18 total.
Okay. On an 18, you kind of wander down into the guild hall here as everybody else is still waking up for the morning. And it's relatively dead in here. You don't think there's going to be much foot traffic here, so you head outside into the streets. And you recall like that main plaza, a lot of the shops and houses and stuff over there were in construction. So you set up and like the throughput for that, where you think construction workers and people are going to be moving through town towards that. And that's about where you set up. Tilvius, you get ready to perform as people are kind of like rousing for the day. Some of them are already out there. You hear the sounds of construction. Just a little in the distance here, and you can make me a performance check.
Performance.
And tell me what you're singing about.
If
I would do instrumental stuff, not singing it this early in the morning.
Hell yeah!
If I do a little interpretive dance, can I give him advantage?
I don't know. I think that might be disadvantage.
I don't. Do you have proficiency in performance?
No, I don't.
No.
Right. Well, I rolled 24. So.
Oh, 24. What instrument are you playing out here?
Violin.
So as you take your string and you begin to like glide the strings over one another here, and that sound drifts out, you see some of the workers as they're coming forward. Some of them kind of look at you and have this look of shame or this look of like longing, like they could do something. Some of them do walk over and put like a couple of silver, a couple of copper into the little thing you have here. But the majority of people that walk by look like they're entranced by what you're doing and wish they could give more.
Oh yeah, the city's kind of in shambles.
Yeah.
I would say by the end of the performance, you maybe scoop up like a gold and like 20 silver.
Oh, we tried.
Yeah.
How much money did we end up?
Everyone should have 38 gold, I believe it was. It's 37 gold.
37 gold.
I took everyone's money except for Sirius's.
And the 2 silver that I had.
and divided it all up and gave 37 gold back to everyone.
Everybody got 37 gold.
Kevin has
37.
Kevin has the majority of their money. To be
That's
fair,
right.
They have like 100.
yeah, Kevin has a bunch. I think Kevin actually has closer to 200
Why does the familiar?
because you gave him all your gold.
I stole it from him. Well, I didn't steal it from him. I took it from him, telling him I'd give it back.
Mhm.
Okay, well, we have 1 gold more to add to the pot. You know, it is what it is. We got a little exercise. We performed. It's
You keep it.
fine. You sure?
Yeah. I can play for
Okay.
tips anytime.
Okay.
So the only thing Yari wants to do before heading out is making sure that, if possible, that the bright red cloak is dyed black, so that it kind of matches her current aesthetic, or at least something really dark.
Yeah,
So it's
so
not
there's-
like so it looks normal
Yeah.
and not
There
flagrantly
are-
red.
There are a couple of options that you have here. You're not 100% sure where you would take something like this for that, right? But you've got options. You could go to somebody that deals in magical items, or you could go to somebody that deals in dyes.
I don't know what she would think. I'll do evens, odds. Evens, magic, odds, die maker. Evens, magic. So that she goes to a magic shop that may or may not still be there. I don't know.
Yeah, so as you head back out into the city, as you kind of look down the street and you see Rosati and Tilvia's got a head start on you. They're heading the opposite way that you are. You head down the street, coming the other way. You see some of those workers moving down the street, some of those citizens, and eventually you get to where that Genie had set up shop here. And once again, that lot is vacant, as if the building itself had disappeared.
Right.
But you, being a Ceres regular, know that this was not the only magic shop in town. Down one of the alleyways here on the right hand side, there's one of those little hole in the wall back alley magic shops that deals in the less refined items. Well, we'll say. So you head down here. To the cauldron. As you come in, there's just a large cauldron hanging from a sign out here. There's nothing on the sign. The sign is a piece of wood with a rusty cauldron hanging from it. As you push open the door and it creaks open, you see that self-same person that you have seen before. This is a standing building. Just this old little hermit lady with one of those long witch noses, just the most stereotypical witch you could ever possibly think of. And as she kind of like from her little chair looks up at you through like large brimmed glasses, she just kind of looks at you and then looks back down at whatever she was reading.
Is this like a place that I know of, or? Okay.
This is a place that you would have shopped before to not draw attention to what you were buying.
Perfect. Yari goes up and like takes the cape off, or the cloak off, and puts it on the counter and says, "Hi. This cloak is slightly magical, and I hate the color. Is it possible to change this black, even though it's magical?"
She kind of stops and closes her book ever so slowly. She kind of looks up at you and goes, I haven't seen this before, have I?
Maybe I got it off of somebody who got it off of somebody.
Yes, we can change the color here. Do you have a preference?
She like points down to the fact that she's just wearing dyed black leathers. It just goes something easy, just black if it's possible, so it just matches.
She kind of like slowly swivels around on her chair here, and kind of like gets up and stands on the top of this like larger stool here as she reaches up behind her to the shelf, and she grabs just the closest dark, like kind of black, it's kind of a charcoal color here, potion, and you're not quite sure what it is. She takes the cloak off the table.
Before she does it, Yari goes, I don't have a lot of coin. How much will this take?
5 gold.
Perfect.
She takes it and unceremoniously just kind of like flops it off of the table here into a little pot, back behind the counter. She takes the potion, uncorks it, and just dumps everything in there, and then grabs what looks like a paddle nearby and just starts swishing.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like,
pot. Yeah, it's a lot of just swishing around, and she's kind of poking at it and just swishing around in the cauldron. You hear her muttering words under her breath in that arcane language that you are not familiar with at all.
Okay, it's like one of the ones I've heard from, like Risati, or like when Tilvius casts something.
It sounds similar. This language is not uniform. There are personalized notes to each person, but the fundamentals are the same.
So it's not like the lingual arcana.
Right. It's not a set language.
Got it.
So as she stirs and takes a minute, and 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes goes by, and eventually she stops stirring and just kind of sits there and stares down at the pot. And occasionally she'll look over at you and squint at you, and then look back towards the pot.
Yari's remembering back to a time where she had to like get a sword fenced through this woman because she was, trying to put magic swords all over the place.
Looking around the shop, there's no rhyme or reason to what's here. You've been in here before. There is a variety of random magical items, none that look particularly shiny or well kept. Eventually, she gets done, and she reaches down, gets off her little stool, picks up the cloak, and puts it back on the table. And it feels like it just came out of the wash as you grab it again. It is soaking wet in a liquid you don't know, but it is that charcoal color.
Okay. I guess I'm going to assume that Yari just has a sack, or there might be just like a standard sack somewhere. And she puts the cloak in the sack so that it's not leaking everywhere.
Yeah.
And puts 7 gold down on the counter and says, "2 to rebuild."
Thank you.
And then
She takes the golden slides.
Yari just takes off.
Okay. Yeah, you take off. You exit this place that has no sign or no like name on the front of the building, and walk.
Is there just to the group? Is there anything that you think that we may have talked about the night prior that you might have asked Yari to go get? Like, I don't know what we need on a boat. Yari would not know what we need on a ship or anything like that, and is assuming there's food there and that kind of a stuff.
Yeah,
so
stuff will be pretty much everything will be provided.
I would have asked you to pick up some ginger.
Yari turns before she leaves and goes, "You don't have ginger, do you?"
You see her, this just very wizened old lady, cock her head at you, with a grunt of effort. She gets up off the stool again, and this time disappears into the back corner, and she comes back holding what looks like half a root of chopped ginger. Like somebody had been using it, and just kind of pushes it towards you.
Yari has 2 silvers left, and puts the 2 silvers on. I mean, that's a lot for a piece of ginger, but she goes, "For your trouble."
She'll just kind of nod at you and slide the 2 silver off the table as they kind of just like fall and clunk somewhere along the back of the counter.
You got to keep the underworld going, you know.
Once again, she opens up this like leather-bound book back open again and flips a page.
And as Yari takes the ginger, without looking up and not really looking at the woman, goes, "I'm gonna go on an ocean voyage today. You don't happen to have any advice?"
You watch as she pauses and takes a look up from her book and just kind of squints at you once again, as she's done so many times thus far. She once again with another gets up from her stool, walks around the counter, kind of pushing up one of the little like flap here to get around, walks towards one of the corners behind the shelves and comes back with what looks like a little ball of something, to the touch as you kind of like pick it up from the counter. She puts it down. It feels like some type of plant, like a very wet membrane coating this little ball of something.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it is not a pleasant experience to pick this up. And she just kind of looks at you and shrugs her shoulders just a little bit as she hops back up on her little stool and continues reading.
Yari takes it if it's been offered.
Yeah, she didn't ask for payment or anything for it. Yeah. So.
And just, leaves, not looking, does like a backhand wave, and heads back with ginger, soggy plant ball, and a cloak that needs to dry.
You will see, with your ability to see, right? There is like a faint smile that crosses the face as you go to walk away.
If we ever get back here, I'm making Rusadi come here.
I gotta put that one down.
Or maybe Gerda. I mean, wet, weird plant ball. This might be her people.
Yeah.
You just spoke the magic words.
Yeah.
Effervescence will be had by all.
All right. So what are Argyle and Gerda doing this morning? What are you two up to?
Nothing too crazy, actually. I think I'm gonna take the day easy before somebody comes and gets Argyle. He's gonna be soaking in clean water for as long as possible, even if it's in like a public fountain. He's keeping it nice and clean until they're like, "All right, we got to go on the ship."
Well, I will be able to take care of you on the ship because I can produce 10 gallons of clean water. So
Yeah, but it's Gerda, so is it really clean? Or is it Gerda clean?
Dare you?
Wow.
No, it is. Don't worry. I won't touch it or puke in it.
Is Gerda's understanding of clean water like clean water from the swamp?
Well, it's a magic spell that creates clean water, so it's not like I'm gonna touch it or let my fur mold get into it. So
well,
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, for sure. But
The
your
fur mold
magic
is a purification element.
Is influenced by you, right? Like your magic is a part of you. So what would Gerda's clean water look like? Does it look like normal clean water, or is it like, there's a difference between the capital city's clean water and your swamp clean water, right?
It's like clean enough for a frog to live in.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So then in my free time, I think I do have a little scimitar, so I think I'm gonna practice some slashing with my scimitar, and then I'm just going to crush up some mushrooms and snort them.
Okay.
Beautiful. Scimitar dancing.
Argyle, as you are bathing out here, you definitely get like weird looks from people. Not very many people see frogs, you know. This is a big old frog. Pretty rare. Just
Pretty handsome.
a lot. Yeah, a lot of odd stares as you were bathing here. Gerda, as you are out there kind of like going through forms, which you know of swordsmanship, coming in for the morning shift here, as you're kind of like outside in the like the courtyard of the guild here, you see somebody walk up and they kind of like stop and look at you, and you take a second to look at them, and you see that same guild member, that lady that has taken you all at the front desk, time and time again. And she kind of gives you a look, tilts her head a little bit, and then disappears into the guild. And about a couple of minutes later, she comes back out with what looks like a very like worn and used rapier that she's holding at her side. And she walks up to you and goes, "Do you want a sparring partner this morning?"
Are you flirting with me?
And once again, she holds up her hand that has the ring on it.
Fuck yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, so just roll me an athletics. We'll just do opposed athletics.
All right, hold on. Let me move my food.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't have these ready, fam.
No, you're good.
Oh shit. Oh, 20.
A 20. Okay.
Well, it was a 19, but I have a +1.
Yeah. So she got a 19. So very much it's a well balanced fight. But you do come out on top.
Always.
And eventually she thanks you for the time, remarks at your skill, and heads back inside.
We're both dripping with sweat.
100%. 100%. She's gonna go take a shower now, or maybe
I'm not going to take a shower.
go to the baths at the guild here.
Well, that felt good, and I feel self-assured. I needed that ego boost.
So eventually, you all wrap up what you were trying to get done this morning. As you all are heading back to the guild hall, Yari, Ruzadi, and Tilvius all meet outside. Argyle and Gerda are already inside, along with Cirrus.
Hey, does everyone have a little trinket to give to the Tidefather?
Yeah. Does any of you magical people can you dry stuff? Like I have wet this. She
Does anyone have? Rusati, can you press to digitate?
You're muted, or you're quiet.
Nope, I was muted because I was typing. Yeah, I think so. What do you need? What?
Can you just dry off my cloak? It's very wet.
Oh, yeah, sure. And he just kind of twists his hands and goes like this, and just a gust of wind, just a little puff.
Great. She puts it on and then goes, Gerda, I got you something. And Yari tosses Gerda the weird wet moss lump.
Oh my god, you're so thoughtful.
Yeah, I don't know what that is or even if it's poisonous. I got it from, I think, a witch. But it's for you now. And Rasadi, here's your ginger.
Oh, thank you.
Rasadi also from the witch. So if you need to test it for poisons or something.
Once again, looks like somebody has been cutting pieces off of this to get to the point that it is currently
It's all good. I just needed a little bit of ginger so that I can make some tinctures for people when they get seasick. I got this. Don't worry.
Yeah, Well, again, probably witch.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe we'll all be Alice in Wonderland. I have no idea.
Tilvis, do you know anything about this this ritual or this particular deity? I don't.
I know a little bit about the deity, but not this particular ritual. It's a new one to me. But
All right.
just bring something that has some meaning to you.
We're gonna
That
learn.
you're not going to miss too much.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot, but
Me neither.
yeah. Okay, yeah. The only boat I've been on, other than like a ferry across the river, has been pretty small. Has anybody else been on like an actual ocean-going vessel?
No.
Okay.
Tilvius is the only one with his hand raised.
Pointing at Tilvius.
All right. Okay. There's not a whole lot. Okay. There's not a whole lot of ways to escape off of a boat on the ocean. So
There's
I don't-
lifeboats.
I don't
hopefully,
mean to.
and that's
I don't
about
mean
it.
to sound. I don't mean to sound callous, but when we get there, I would like to, as a group, have a plan to make sure that one of those lifeboats is ours if we need it.
Tilvius,
I can turn them all into friends.
Tilvius,
lifeboats?
make me a.
No, we could kill them and then I'll turn them into friends. And they can paddle the boat for us.
That's
Yes,
not,
DM?
Make me history, nature, or survival. One of the three.
Okay, I will roll survival for a 16. Sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
16.
Okay, on a 16, your understanding of where you're at on the ocean, right? You're not super familiar with this area, but you know that this coast is plagued with reefs. The chances of you making it to an inhabited island on a lifeboat while west of the reefs is not high.
It's fine. I won't tell.
They don't need to know that.
Yeah.
Yari thinks she's got a good beat on things. You just let her keep thinking that.
It's fine. I'm not going to change anything.
Don't tell her till she gets on the boat.
Hell, y'all are magic. She's hanging out with only magic users.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, Yari
Well-
is the only one.
To be fair, she does have a crazy shadow monster that she can summon.
Yes, but she can't cast Gust.
Yeah, I mean, so like you have to imagine, right? Yari is the only person that doesn't understand magic. Everybody else has a basic understanding, at least, of it. Yari is like, yeah, dude, I hit him with the sword, and I don't know what the fuck this thing is.
Well, if there's nothing else, let's don't want to be late to the docks.
Let's go.
Okay.
Argyle, clothes. Good idea for clothes.
Yes. I jump out. Just start getting dressed right there.
You don't want to make anyone feel jealous, so you got to put them clothes on, bro.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot to see here.
As you guys are getting ready to go, and you are walking past the guild counter here, you'll see that same lady that has helped you time and time again. She kind of looks up and asks you, "Are you checking out? Are you leaving today?"
We are. And point of order, we haven't written it yet, I bet, because we all forgot. But we
we were
did
gonna do that last
write
night.
a letter to Crumb. So I'll say this. I'll take it on. Yari penned the letter.
Okay.
And I'll get that to you this week.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you leave that with her. I'll say you guys leave the keys to your rooms with her as well as they slide back onto the wall behind her. The numbers kind of blank and become empty again. You guys exit the guild hall here in Ceres as it is being reconstructed. Just head back through the town as it's seeing the desolation once more. At this point, we are filling in. We're about halfway filled in on a lot of those massive craters that line the city. A lot of the buildings are starting to have framework down. And as you kind of look across the bridge at the that like fancy district where all the mansions and the palaces, those are still mostly untouched.
Can I, as we're leaving the city, to go towards the pier and the docks and stuff, can I do like, I don't know if you'd want a perception or if you'd want an investigation check, but can I just kind of get a feeling for maybe what was destroyed by demons and monsters and what was destroyed by asteroids or meteors falling from the sky?
Yeah, go for it. Roll perception.
I'll do it on D&D Beyond so everyone can see it.
Okay.
Not the best for her. 17.
So on a 17, you see a lot of the destruction up on the noble district up there. Looks like it was not caused by something large falling out of the sky, right? It looks like creatures had wrought that. As you're looking around, you'd say probably 2/3 of the damage inside the city proper looks like it was caused by those same kind of like claw marks here and there, lower pieces of buildings pulled out and then crumbling down upon each other. And that other 1/3 near where all of those large craters are, there's probably 12 around the city as you've kind of like walked around. If a building was there when it hit, it is no longer and looks like a square, right? It looks like an open square is now there. But I'd say about 1/3 of the city proper looks like it was damaged by falling debris of a large variety. You guys continue on through the city here until you get back to the dock. On the dock, you see sailors rise early. It is busy here. Ships are already disembarking. As you come to the Prosperity here, written in those like big white letters on the side with that like dark blue hull trim, you guys see everybody. It looks like they are busy moving supplies onto the boat. They're tying things off. You see people messing with the sails here and there, and you see that same captain with those like large braids directing people here and there. As you walk up, yeah, she does clock you as you walk up, and just kind of continues about directing people here and there as they're moving supplies to and fro. You guys sit on the dock for maybe 5 minutes before she turns around, and that same half elf that you guys saw the other day at the wheel, she looks at him and nods, and then
the first mate, yeah.
So she turns and walks towards you. Ready to go.
We are.
All right. We're set to set off directly after this. Do you have any other things you need to do inside the city?
No, we've taken care of them this morning. Thank you.
Good. And she starts walking towards the more pious district where the you guys spent that night by the pyre. You guys walk through the city. This like very desolate. Looks like pretty much everything was devastated here until you get to a large temple with pillars lining the side of like pure marble. As you head inside, it looks almost like the top half of the temple was removed and scraped away, like someone just taken a claw and slashed through the upper half of this building. Or this temple, as it were. As you head inside, the only thing standing at full height, where about the center of the ceiling was just before it was cut off, is a statue of the Tidefather. The Tidefather comes in. There are many appearances. All of the gods do not have a set appearance that is accepted by all masses. Depending on where you are, they probably look different, and they probably have different names. Nereid, the Tidefather, in this looks like a creature of Cthulian descent. He is very much a large, robust man with a trident in one hand and just a cloth covering the lower body and a hood with what looks like octopus tentacles crawling out of it and then kind of curling around his body to form a sash around his waist. As you do, there's this large basin in front of him with a fire burning in it. There are priests walking here and there, and as you walk in, Captain Henrietta flags went down, and there's a quick exchange. You guys catch talk of a ritual and setting out to sea, and if he would say the rites. You see he nods and he looks at all of you and goes, do you all have your tribute for the Tidefather ready? And he comes around with like a little like tithe bag almost.
Yep, I'll step forward and I'll take out one of the padlocks from my little lock box that I practice with every night. And I will put that in.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go to the next person.
Rusati will step forward and he will call forth one of his personal teacups. And he will wave his hand, and like a little flurry of tea leaves will just kind of rustle out from his bag and drip into the water. And he'll offer his the tea that gives people hit points, his magical tea.
Okay. Alrighty, he takes it into the tithe bag as well. Next person.
Argyle will step forward and kind of pull his backpack over and fish in it. And he grabs a small knife. It's very simple, ivory wood handle, and he'll drop it in. It's the first knife his father gave him.
Oh shit. Okay.
We're trying not to die on the sea.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Next in line.
Yari is pacing behind Gerda.
So he will come to Gerda next. You are muted, my friend.
Gerda is going to pull out one of her own hands that she gnawed off when she became a rat long ago when this journey began, which is so special because this is a piece of me, Tidefather.
As this poor priest who's got like a halo of hair going on, you know, he's got like the bald top head and just the halo of hair. He doesn't look heavy set. He looks like he knows a hard day's work. As he kind of opens the bag towards you, he just kind of grimaces and turns his head away as he holds the bag out towards you.
It's a piece of me. It's like as holy as something could be. It's barely
Just put it in the bag, Gerda. Just put it in the bag.
somewhat rotten, but you know what? It's got heart.
You watch as he's like curling his nose at what is going on here.
So this sack is large. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
okay. It gets to Yari, and she is like kind of shifty, like obviously uncomfortable.
The guy is doing his best to stay as far away from the sack as he can at this point.
Yeah, and she looks around, and she looks at Tilvius, and then looks back at the sack, and then she takes her hat off, and she folds her hat and puts it in the bag, and her fox ears come up.
Oh wow!
What?
Oh dear.
Okay. You fit this in the bag, and it is kind of sticking, like the brim of the hat is sticking out above the top, here as you do. And you look at the priest as he turns towards Henrietta, and she just kind of hoists the little knapsack that she was carrying and sets it on the ground in front of her for the crew. You watch the priest nod as he walks over to the fire, this brazier in the middle, as he takes the bag and he sets it up, holds it above, and drops it into the flame. Henrietta picks up the knapsack and throws it into the fire as well. As that happens, you all catch like a swift breeze through the temple here. You catch the smell of salt, of seaweed, of like fish that have just left the ocean, that like smell of sea life. And then it passes as it blows over you. And the priest stands, clasps his hands in front of him. O Tidefather, we offer these tokens unto you in reverence and want for kind winds. May the waters rumble softly. May the breeze be at our backs. May the skies be at peace. May our journey be safe. We offer our thanks and faith to you, O Nereid, Lord of the Sea. And as he does, you watch as he cuts his palm with some type of ceremonial blade he had stowed in his cloth, and he holds his hand over the fire and drips blood into it. For just a second before he pulls it back.
Bloody fire.
Bandages it just a little bit. He turns and nods at Henrietta and then goes about his business for the day. Henrietta looks at you all and goes, and are we ready?
Yeah.
Good. And she briskly starts walking back towards the ship.
I take my one bag. You guys realize, like we go and travel from city to city and like do all these things, and we all technically only have one pair of clothes each. We probably smell pretty bad most of the time.
We have that second set of pirate clothes.
That's true.
I take baths.
True.
I'm a wizard.
So this does actually depend on you. I will ask you, do you, when you have the chance, wash your clothes and bathe?
100%.
Or do you have a change of clothes? Like, is that a thing that you carry with you?
No, I don't have a change of clothes, but I do wash them whenever possible.
Yeah, Yari has a change of probably underclothes, but doesn't have a change other than that, like underclothes for the armor.
Most guild halls have some type of wash basin where you can hand wash clothes.
Gerda washes her clothes once a moon cycle. Well, she gives them a dip. I wouldn't say wash.
It's like the videos of the sheep that get soaked in the stuff and then pulled back up.
I was gonna say, I don't think Gerda washes clothes as much as bathing to Gerda is with clothes, right? Like, why not? Why mix
I'm a
those
never
two up?
nude.
Yeah, exactly. Why? It's more efficient to just wash the clothes and yourself at the same time, right?
Yeah, they're all. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
Although I should say, none of y'all have seen Tilvius without his shirt on.
Fair.
So
my hair has fused actually to the fibers of my garments at this point.
Yeah,
Gerda is my absolute favorite.
100%.
Everything
like
about
poke
Gerda
through it. It's like burlap, but like
you have to cut it to get it off.
Right?
Yep.
But like, it's cute still.
But like, it's cute. That's the important.
It's cute.
It works. It's
like
rated itself in. It works.
Melted fashion. It's fine.
So you guys make it back to the docks, to this ship of the Enterprise, and as you do, you see a flag starting to be hoisted up the mast here, and eventually it reaches the top, and you all get a look at it, and it looks like a compass with an extra line, a diagonal line through it. So the compass has 6 points instead of 4 points here, and has an extra circle around it, and it is braided gold for throughout the whole thing. Tilvius, you may be able to roll a history check here. Anybody else that has read a book may be able to roll a history check to figure out what this is.
What if you've eaten a book?
Nope. No, it's not. It's not helping you out here.
Only 8 for history.
Okay.
That is going to be a 24 for the history.
Tilvius, you don't know a ton about flags. You've seen this in what would be like commercial vessels of this time period. This is not a flag that is signature to this ship. You know that.
Okay.
You guys all head on. There are a multitude of people working about the ship. As you head up, Henrietta looks at you and looks over at that same half-elf that you have all seen before. She looks at him, she looks at you all, and goes, "Welcome to the Enterprise. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to Balhor here. He will help you. Tilvius, we expect your help tomorrow with... Can
you tell me where Mr. Scott is, please? Mr. Scott?
Mr. Scott?
You accidentally called it the Enterprise instead of the Prosperity.
Oh, fuck. You know what? Same thing, man. We are now flying through space. Don't worry about it.
Fuck yes, let's go.
I was going to say...
Easy slip of the tongue there. So
that was so cute, Shiro. I can't believe it. Oh my god! I hope I never forget this.
You won't.
When it was Enterprise. Oh my god!
It's recorded. You'll never forget it.
That's so sweet.
It fucking happens. If you need anything, you can come to him with any issues. Tilvius, what was your experience on a ship before?
Cook and entertainment.
Cook and entertainment. Right. We're going to put you with Henrietta tomorrow, and you're going to help a little bit with the sales. Hopefully you understand just a little bit of that. The rest of you are free to move about with your own devices and do as you will on the ship. Do not impede the crew. If you would like jobs, feel free to reach out. Bit of a point of order. As you all are guild members, we ask that you lift arms in the event of dire situations, as well as we will be making stop at the Anchor. It is a guild hall based in the sea that only allows guild members to stop at it. We'll be refueling and restocking there with your all's credentials to dock.
Oh, of course.
So, if you need anything else, Balhor will show you to your rooms. She walks off towards the dwarf that you guys saw yesterday, is once again kind of like shoving a large material towards the like massive squared hole in the center of the ship. And you see her smack him upside the head as she walks over to him, and they launch into conversation. This half elf before you that has like the long hair kind of braided in the back into one braid, the slightly pointed ears that are just a little bit shorter than an actual elf's, and those same like angular features, almost looks like a pelican as a half elf here, as he looks at you and just kind of like almost looking down his nose at you. Follow me. As he walks down into the galley here, through the ship, until you get to quarters. He points to the left and goes, "Women." And he points to the right and goes, "Men." And he looks at Tilvius for just a second. And
Ponies?
Lips, and he walks into the room and about a minute later walks out, and he looks at you and goes, "And you'll have the corner."
Great.
is there anything that you need from me?
Yeah, a bag of blow and a seat at the front of the ship. Kidding. He doesn't even know what that is.
If you say that in character, he would just look at you nonchalantly. There would not be a response to that. We'll be setting off within the next hour. If you'd like to see us set off, feel free to head to the deck. And he walks off down the ship. Yeah. You guys are at your room assignments on board, and you've got about an hour before they set off.
Yari, roomies, look at us. Are you so excited?
That's how we do.
Letting them fox ears fly. You want some
Yeah.
drugs?
No, thank you, Gerda. But ask me again later.
I got you, girl. Don't worry.
Gerda, do you have anything that might work for seasickness? That doesn't affect me, but I don't know.
I actually have an herbalism kit, so
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna blunt. Do you want to snort it, or would you?
No,
rather
not for me. But I do fine on the sea. But if anyone else might need it.
Of course you do. For who?
Would love to work with you on that. I have some ideas about making some stuff. Would you like to work? I would love to do that.
I would love to have some teamwork. I got the herbs. You got the tea blending ability.
I got it. We can percolate it, and it'll just be perfect. I can't wait.
I love to percolate.
I love percolating. It's going to be so fun. Let's get our stuff put away, and then meet me on the deck.
Who's not ridden on a ship before, aside from me? Which I have no qualms with vomiting, so I'm fine.
Sylvius is the only one who's been on a ship before.
I've been on a long voyage by water, but it was on a boat, not on a ship.
Worth noting, your memory of that voyage is a very short one. A remarkably short one.
Yeah, it was weird. I had a weird time on a boat.
Well, we will prepare a seasickness tincture for anybody to drop under their tongue, I would assume,
Yes.
if needs, so no pressure.
It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. It's going to be the best. We could even market it at ports of call. It would be beautiful.
Ooh, I like that idea. Put a little silver in our pocket.
Little silver in our pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So keep in mind, by the way, Gerda, you may want to add it to your inventory. You have what looks like a wet, kind of moldy, almost fish food feeling ball of goop there.
How do you even qualify that as an item?
Weird moldy ball. You need to write down
weird moldy ball.
That is
potentially
edible.
I'm gonna add an item and just title it "Weird Moldy Ball."
Weird moldy ball.
That is potentially edible. Just kind of leave it there for you.
Ball that may be edible. I'm adding it to my character sheet because I'm being responsible.
You are doing great.
Sylvius is going to head straight to the deck.
Okay. Yeah, you head up to the deck. You'll see a bunch of people kind of mulling about up by the wheel towards the top here. You'll see the captain. Henriette is up there by the wheel. Next to her is that same half elf that you guys just interacted with, kind of running up and down the stairs multiple times. You see that dwarf with the same like bearded, tied in a braid, just kind of running back and forth around the ship here. You see a couple of human individuals, one female with kind of like long hair that's just kind of left free flowing that goes down to her shoulders as she's directing people on how to move the sails and tying off ropes and making sure everything is good. You see another one that is kind of like another human that is a male with kind of like tied back hair and a braid and just a little ponytail, kind of peering over the edge at the hull. He takes another walk around. He's checking some of the boards here and there. He heads back down into the lower cabins. And then the last one you see is someone that is checking up on the ropes here. He kind of heads towards the figurehead, makes sure that's good. He checks a couple of the other things on board, and this is something I don't think any of you have seen before. This individual looks like he almost has scaled skin that is this light green color. He has this like dark green, very algae colored hair that is just short and very unkempt. That just goes to the about the middle of his neck, and yeah, looks like something that I don't think any of you have ever seen. It's a cross between a human and a fish. You think, maybe, yeah. As they work their way through the ship, getting ready to make way. Alrighty. Some time passes, and as you all are sitting there waiting, the lines are cast off and the anchor is raised. There's nothing tying this ship to the docks as the sails unfurl. And there's a moment where you don't understand. You feel the wind as if it's blowing towards you into the bridge of Ceres here. And as the sails unfurl, you once again feel that smell of sea salt, stronger than it has been since you've been here, as the wind furls behind you and pushes the ship forward into the water. You guys
when we start moving, Tilvius will draw his nice short sword and hold the hilt up to his head and just mutter something under his breath and then put it away.
As you guys set out, the veil light is at your back here. You feel it tingle upon your necks as the ship sets sail out of the bay of Ceres here. You guys are in open water heading out into the ocean. What's everybody thinking as this is?
I forget. Is Ceres on the east or west coast of the?
This is west coast.
So we're going up and around.
Yeah, you guys are going up and around to the east coast, heading to the opposite side of the continent here.
We're not going to the bad side.
No, you're not going to Gallica.
That would be south.
Come on,
you guys are
switch
here.
around. Let's go around.
Gallica's
Let's do
down
Gallica.
here.
Guys, I want to.
There was an option. It was an option.
Gallica, guys.
And Anralat sits at the very northernmost point. Yeah, you'll hear about the destinations and where you'll be stopping at some point here. But what are all the characters thinking as we set sail here? And as we get out into open ocean, that like 20-30 minutes out, how do characters feel that have never been on a real boat in the ocean feel? It is not kind. This is not a cruise ship, right? This is very rough, especially as you're standing on the deck. It's fucking back and forth. Those of you that don't have sea legs have no idea how the hell Tilvius is doing it on hooves. Yeah.
I rolled a 15 for a constitution check, so.
You tell me, man. If you think that's good enough.
I would say it's good enough not to lose my lunch, but not good enough to like. This was. I don't know if Rusati was thinking pleasure cruise, but like this is definitely a little rougher than he was thinking it was going to be. So, I mean, he's having an okay time, but he's definitely not having I'm kicked back making my tincture time right now.
Yeah. This is not a smooth ride at all, and these are calm waters, right?
So I rolled for Yari, and my con save is 21. And I think what happens to Yari is that she gets like not seasick and not uncomfortable in that way, but everything's moving. So she's constantly looking at everything because everything around her is not still. And so the reason why she like doesn't get sick is because like this, like like the bowel hists and like a pot moves and she like looks because it's a sound she's not used to hearing wood grate against wood or like something moves up in the rigging and she looks at the rigging so she's too distracted by all of these things that she doesn't normally like having to look out for. So I think she's like incredibly on edge and really like mentally uncomfortable so she doesn't register the physical discomfort.
The only thing that you really notice as you are looking around to grasping the situation is that everyone on board this boat, all the crew members, look ecstatic as the boat takes purchase in the water here. As you look up, there are crew members hanging from the shrouds on the side, that like webbing of rope that sits there. There are crew members hanging from that just with broad smiles on their faces. You see some of them have like kind of put their mops in buckets to look over the edge down at the water at the veil in the distance as the ship is starting to make purchase in the ocean here.
Tilvius, they're all crazy.
I hope you get used to it soon. Tilvius also has a big dopey grin on his face.
I think at this point, Argyle would go topside.
Mm-hmm.
And Tilvius is topside, correct?
Yeah. I've been up here the whole time.
So Argyle's gonna approach Tilvius and be like, look up to him and be like, it's very pretty. It's pretty.
A lot
pretty
of water.
It is a lot of water. Excuse me for a moment. And in the most grotesque way ever, I don't think Tilvius has ever seen a frog vomit. What looks like a pink mass is ejected from his mouth as his literal stomach is whole. And then slurps back in. He kind of like gives out a little mournful croak and says, I feel much better now. I'm so sorry.
Buddy, I'm sorry.
That.
So, just as a note, as we go around to all the characters here, keep in mind how your character did here, and base future encounters on that. If we get stuck in a storm or like just awful choppy waves, keep in mind how your character did, right? And roll with that in mind. How's Gerda doing?
Gerda is actually living her best life. This girl lived in the swamps her entire life and traversed a few months, a half a year alone into some caves and then met this party. So she has met nary a heavy river, much less a sea. And she has eaten so many psychedelics and vomited that this sea got nothing on her. And if she did get sick, she would just puke into her pocket and then crush it up into a paste to like paint runes later. So fucking elated. I'm basically Jack from Titanic of the world on the bow of this ship. And maybe he is seasick by just I just go right back to waving my ratty, moldy fur and bugs fly out of it. And I catch them and just.
Alrighty.
I gotta think that Gerda is like running that, like those. What did you call them? The rigging that's on the sides, the netting, the shrouds.
The shrouds. Yeah.
Yeah, just like.
She's scuttling about so much. Like if you ever, not that I've ever actually seen a rat on a ship. But if you could imagine a rat on the ship for the first time, scuttling about and just smelling and climbing and then going up into the bird's nest, she doing it all. She is elated. And may she get the mightest bit seasick, it does not faze her in the slightest because this girl vomits frequently. So that's not abating me in the slightest. Cute city.
That is absolutely wonderful. I'm glad Kurt is having such a great time. At this point, you guys notice a couple of other people have moved up to the deck. You see this like kind of heavier set gentleman wearing like rather nice traveling attire that has like the gold hymns along it, along like the embroidery here. He's got a full head of hair that's kind of like just very like regal and as if he just pushed it back for the day as it kind of like falls over his shoulders. He's sitting there with what looks like a larger backpack on his back as he just kind of looks out. You see like a thin gentleman in like a more normal travel clothes that's entirely bald with like a large bushy beard that comes down to his chest. And a few others here and there that have come up from the decks below, implying that you all aren't the only residents on this ship that are paying for voyage somewhere.
Will the ship go faster if I throw them off?
Probably.
Duly noted.
Yeah. You'd have to throw a lot of them off, but...
Yeah, that mass ratio is not going to change that much. Just
yeah. This is the frigate. So it is not a small boat. It's not a large boat, but it is big enough.
Just right.
Yeah, big enough.
It's just the right size for the motion of this ocean. Got it.
Yeah. Big enough. Eventually, Henriette comes down from her the wheel where she was, handing it over to that half-elf that was up there. As she comes down, she addresses everybody. She kind of motions for those other passengers to come over. Our first port of call will be Kylam. It's about a 2-week voyage to Kylam where we'll restock. There's not much room between here and there. We have to head quite a bit of ways from land to avoid the reefs. So there's your heads up for the first leg of our journey here. She looks at you, Tilvius. I'll see you tomorrow. The rest of you have free reign. As she turns back and walks down into the lower bowels of the ship.
Tilvius, is there
I get a day off.
Is there something you think that we could do? It's going to be a whole lot of nothing for us. So is there anything you think we'd be good at?
Things always need cleaning on a boat. So maybe you and Sadi would be good at that. Yeah, maybe not Gerda and Argyle so much, but
I have shape water. I could like mop with that, I suppose.
Personally, I feel a good layer of grime honestly adds a bit of stability. So
I feel like DM
just watch what everybody else on the ship is doing and see if there's any job you might enjoy. But if you get a chance to not do a job on a ship, that's also a really good option because it's not easy work.
Yeah. She told you guys the only thing she expects you to do is lend a hand in a fight. If it comes
Hello there. I love your curls. They're very nice. Sleepy Bunny is sleepy. Gute Nacht, schlaf gut, ja?
Gute Nacht. But yeah.
Bye.
What do you guys want to do with your time here? As Joff puts the kiddo to sleep.
Oh man. I'm definitely making ginger extract tincture for nauseousness for anyone.
We are jointly making a tincture with my herbs and your
so we're gonna take the ginger and we're gonna take Gerda's whatever she's giving and we're gonna turn it into a little something.
Yeah, okay. So that's we're
could be anti-nausea, it could be an aphrodisiac, it could be both, you never know.
You know, honestly, we're making a myriad because you never know what may come up on a ship. You know, ships
Just-
crossing in the night, I've heard.
1 sip for this, 2 sips for that. Got it.
Make me a tool check with whatever set of tools you are using. If you
Let me look.
have proficiency with them, neat. If not, then yeah, straight roll.
I do not see.
Oh, I do.
I do not see
Herbalism kit.
on my sheet.
I think you're helping him, right?
Yeah, that's how that would work.
Yeah, I'm helping him. So
Do I get?
You're gonna roll with advantage.
Woo! Here we go.
I'm rolling a
So Gerda wouldn't roll.
Yes,
Tilvius would, or sorry, Rusati would roll with advantage because of help.
Because you're helping.
I thought I had a help roll. No,
You are.
Nope.
You are helping with.
You
him,
are.
but
It's
you
right
roll
here.
Advantage.
just by my
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Moral
you
support.
are
Moral
moral supporting this. Plus more.
Stench also adds a +1.
We got dueling 13s for a total of. Hold on.
I think you guys are +3 right now.
Yeah. So that's a 16.
Okay. On a 16, you whip it together. It doesn't smell like much of anything. It's not very pungent.
What?
But
Why is it tool and not medicine?
because you're using tools to make it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you're making it and not like checking somebody, medicine is more so if you are like inspecting somebody or trying to figure out what's wrong with them or performing some type of like physical aid on somebody, right?
Copy. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. I was just
you're good.
confused.
You're good. But yeah, not very pungent. But it comes out and you think it looks good.
Okay, we
Not
gotta
pungent, but it.
we gotta try this. Are you ready?
Wait, are you seasick?
No. Well,
Give it to
I mean
Argyle.
that's a good oh. Argyle. Argyle.
Oh, come on, little frog.
Argyle,
bud.
hey Argyle,
Hey,
you'll like
hey,
it.
come here.
You
You
want
like
to
everything.
vomit up your entire
You
stomach?
haven't been feeling good. We made something to help with all of that. Here.
Just really quick, as Argyle, as you are as you're being called, as you're kind of like looking over the edge, making the poor choice to look at the water rather than the horizon, right? You've gotten done, and as you're looking down, you swear there are eyes staring back up at you from the water. You can't see it. There's nothing there, but you swear something is looking at you.
So, did Argyle? Did you bring any sort of? Is there a wash basin?
And then you hear them.
Is there a wash basin for us, or is it like a communal where it's like one basin for the entire ship?
I would say there's probably a wash basin in each of your cabins.
Okay, copy.
That's
All right.
fine.
So, Argyle, you wanna take this tincture or what?
Well, first I want to say, I think I saw some eyes, and then stomach comes out. I'll give it a try.
Here.
Yeah, just put this under your tongue. Do you need some water to soak in?
I think I'm okay right now.
All right,
Thank
you just
you.
tell me because I got you.
Yari goes, there's also that thing from the witch I gave you. I don't know what it is or does, but I said, hey, I'm about to go on an ocean voyage. Do you have any advice? And she handed me that.
I promised Gerda that I would watch her later when she tries that for the first time because we're not real sure what it's going to do.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea either. Definitely
So-
super
So we're
stench. I mean, it's
completely at
amazing.
sea and there's no chance of escape. Am I eating
Yeah.
the mold ball?
Yeah, that.
Ready to eat it now?
Yeah, you could become a kraken. Who knows?
I put the
Maybe I
tincture
should
under my
take a
tongue.
little bit off and dry it off so I can snort it.
Argyle, where did you see the eyes?
Over the water.
Over? Not in?
In the water, I mean.
Like
did you
how
get?
many?
How many?
How many eyes?
You didn't get a good idea of it. You didn't get the feeling that it was like hundreds. But it something was looking at you that had eyes for sure.
Enough.
So like
Eyes.
2?
Yari gets a good lean and looks over.
A nondescript.
Make a perception check.
Who?
Oh boy.
This ship being
Not
driven by a dragon
Super
turtle.
awesome. Where is it?
Well, how far are we
Look,
from the eyes?
look.
How far have we traveled? Can someone just put a rope around me and dunk me in the
17.
water?
17. As you're looking over the edge, you don't get the feeling like anything's looking at you. You're very attuned to that. You're looking down. At one point, you swear you see like what looks like a shell, almost like plated little pieces of a shell. Not incredibly large by any means, but just some type of shell there, as it kind of like dips down lower into the water and disappears from your view.
Why is Amador the only one seeing this? I mean, Argyle. Are none of us so attuned?
I
or
think
is he
Argyle's
even
stuck.
looking
Look
the
at his
water?
face.
I know.
Oh, there we go.
I did that on my own. That was really good, huh?
That was awesome.
It was good.
I thought you were stuck. That was awesome. Yari comes up and goes, I've never seen one before. Well, I've seen a turtle, but I've never seen a turtle. And I think I saw a turtle.
Oh, it is worth pointing out before I forget about this. Everybody that has looked over the edge directly down at the water, so Yari and Argyle now, there is a very dull glow that comes from the keel around the ship here. Just the water around it, you can see lights up almost as if there's like a just light underneath it, and it turns this like really light blue color that is just super close to the ship. It's not terribly invasive, but there's something going on down at the keel.
Oh, and Tilvius, they're casting your light blob thing on the bottom of the ship. The thing at the bottom, this thing.
The rudder.
I don't know, man.
So does that mean it's a male ship and not a female ship?
That's not a thing.
But it was funny.
But it was funny.
How do I feel on this tincture? I put it on my
Yeah.
tongue.
That's the
You feel
Yeah, dude.
great. You feel your nausea quelled.
So
Sorry.
not quite nausea quelled, right? But the desire to be separated from your innards is gone. You feel much better. Not comfortable by any means. You would much rather be on land, but you are significantly better than you were.
I'm a skilled herbalist. Is this because my skills are not enough, or because his frog-like tendencies are just so extreme?
It's up to you to decide.
I'm gonna say it's your frog-like tendencies because I've been doing this my entire life in the gutter swamps of the swamps. So,
Got it.
would you say the same? Like Argyle, it's yeah.
I don't feel bleh. So that's a plus.
I haven't seen your stomach in at least 20 minutes, so.
And I don't feel as
Like
nauseous.
5 seconds ago, he just downed this.
I haven't seen your stomach in at least 2 minutes. So.
I didn't even know frogs could get nauseous. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We'll learn something new every day.
I guess you do.
Great. It's
I'm a
great.
skilled herbalist. I'll have you all know. I know that I vomit frequently, but that's a side effect to my personality and my proclivities, not to my herbalistic nature.
Hey, has anybody seen the captain? I want to ask her a question.
I think she went below deck, did she not?
She did go below deck. It's been maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Maybe you should go knock on her chamber doors.
That seems a little.
I think I will.
Well,
Okay.
as you're looking, I'll tell you kind of the layout of the deck here.
What a good segue.
Yeah. So if you are looking for the captain's quarters, they don't exist below deck, right?
No.
There is another kind of a tier above the steps that lead up, kind of underneath the steps in the back here. There's like a little cabin with kind of the glass plating around it. And that looks like where the captain's quarters are, directly beneath where the wheel is. Then you have like the mizzen right behind the captain's wheel, which is like the far back mast. You have the main mast sitting in the center of the ship, and the foremast sitting at the front. 3 sets of sails on this here ship. Otherwise, there is what looks like that large hole, that big square in the center of the ship is covered with a tarp at this point, and they have some type of what looks like indentation down into the deck towards the front, by where that foremast is. Just in front of that, there's like this large circular indentation sitting in the deck. Otherwise, you see the ropes here and there, like there's shrouds on either side, and then below deck is a whole different matter. But the main deck is pretty barren except for the essentials here.
I go to the captain's quarters, or at least I go to the door.
Yeah, dude. You head over there. There's 2 lanterns hanging on either side here. Both are not lit at this point. And you knock on the door and wait for a response, and you don't hear anything.
I knock again.
Knock, knock, knock. There's no response. Some of the crewmates that are walking by kind of give you a look and continue on their way.
We're not friends with the captain, right?
No.
You've met her.
So this is like pretty brazen, right? You knocking on our quarters.
Knock, knock, knocking on her door. I'll be right back.
I knock one more time.
Knock.
I'm gonna like shift back a bit, so I don't necessarily have to be associated with this, but I can be if it will help the party.
You just kind of sit there and wait, and there's no response. You look around. There's a little bit of glass panes kind of lining the sides where it curls around the ship here, and as you look inside, it looks dark within, but no response when you knock on the door.
Okay. Okay. Then I guess I want to go the low deck, or if I see like, I guess for lack of better words, a staff member. Can I talk to a staff member?
Yeah, 100%. As you turn around and are looking back at the deck, you see that bald guy with the large beard that goes down to his chest. That's kind of he's kind of like keeled over, just kind of sitting cross-legged on the deck with what looks like a large metal square in front of him that has just a little bend in it as he's kind of like hammering away at it.
I want to walk up to him and kind of sit next to him.
He kind of like bangs one more line into this as he's like trying to straighten out this metal square, and then sets the hammer just to the side, holding his hand down as he looks at you and goes, "Oh, yes. What's can I do for you?"
I'm Argyle, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Jerome.
Gerard.
Jerome.
Gerald.
Jerome.
Jerome.
Oh my God. Jerome.
Jerome.
Yes.
I don't mean to be blunt or anything, but is there something under their ship?
What do you mean?
Like, I saw eyes under the ship, and I think my friend said he saw like a turtle or a tortoise.
There are many fish in the sea. Yes.
But a tortoise is not a fish. Neither is a turtle.
You see him kind of look at you, and then he looks up, and then he looks back at you. No, it's not.
Wow. Well, I have another question. Is the captain's quarters always empty?
Not when she's resting or planning the route or checking the currents.
Oh, so she's probably asleep right now.
No. I think she went below deck to check supplies and make sure that Heron was working.
Who's Heron?
Short, angry dwarf.
I'm gonna go annoy him now.
Oh no! Oh no! You see him just kind of like raising a finger as you're walking away. No! 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 No!
Oh, okay. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't.
I said angry. Yes, he's also in charge of the guns.
I like that guy. I'm gonna go talk to him anyways.
Wonderful.
Adios, amigo. And I'm gonna start making my merry little way below deck. Somebody
Yeah,
wants to
dude.
go, you can.
Yeah. What's what are other people up to? Are we doing anything on board the boat here?
No, Tilvius will just be near a railing somewhere, looking out at the horizon.
Yeah. As you're looking and as you kind of look back, there is a moment that shocks you as you look back. You haven't been on the ocean longer than maybe a couple of hours here. Ceres is gone. The distance that this ship has put between you and your port of departure is more than you expected by this point in the day.
So we picked the right ship.
Yeah. What are other people up to? As Argyle is roaming about the ship, Tilvius, you would see Argyle walk over to the captain's quarters, bang on it, and get no response because you know the captain's busy at this point. We've just left.
We just left.
She's making sure everything's like hunky dory before she can relax. Then you see him walk over to what you know is the guy, the carpenter of the ship, the like main mechanic of the ship, and then ecstatically start walking his way down below that. So Argyle looks like he's having a great time.
All right.
What are the rest of us?
Better than throwing up his stomach.
Yeah.
Yari is going to walk up to Tilvius and say, so before we left, when you sang in that bar and we were all dressed up as pirates, were you trying to scare people, warn people, or get yourself in trouble?
I was trying to gauge a reaction and put my name out there. Just to see how people would react.
I don't know anything about any of this, but when you heard the name of that ship that I don't remember because I don't care about any of that stuff, you seemed perturbed. Is it because of that ship?
The Enterprise?
No, a different one. I like to think that Gerda walks by and goes, the Enterprise?
Gerda 100% does. Has no idea why she says it, but
The Adventia. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you had some kind of mission accomplished. Those people ran out. Are they going to be in a boat following this boat?
Oh, I doubt it. According to the guild, the Adventia is down south by country whose name I can never remember.
Not Gallica.
Gallica, yeah.
Oh, Gallica. Gallica's barely a country. Let's be honest. It's
the last they saw of it was some like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So if they were sailing full course up here, they would have been here for maybe a month if they had some reason to be here.
So it's unlikely, but you never know.
all right. You'd let us know if it was a problem, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm only asking because it's only until very recently that I would let any of you know if I had a problem.
Well, my problems are mostly behind me, but someday they'll be in front of me again. and I'm testing the waters, so to speak. No pun intended, as I gesture to the vast ocean around us.
You know,
If there's any question you would like to ask,
uh,
feel free to ask.
I got a question.
Oh, hey, Gerda.
Gerda just breaking her way in over here.
She's all over the place. It's awesome.
So Yari, we just rocking these fox ears now?
I
thought the big hat was your signature look.
I don't really have a signature look, and the hat was to hide, and I don't have anything else on me that I'm willing to give up.
You know, I could brush off some dander and knit you a hat if you needed to cover up the ears.
I don't want a dander hat.
No,
Gerda.
honestly, you could. I mean, fair point.
Gerda.
I like Gerda admitting fair point on something. Like, the growth.
Gerda, I like you a lot. I don't want a dander hat.
Well, all right. I get
Plus,
it.
I mean, I think, like Tilvius, whatever you're running from or running towards, I think I'm kind of testing the waters too. We've been followed by a bunch of people that know probably way more about me than I'd like, and probably a little bit less about me that you guys do. But I know that, at least in the case of a personal disguise, it's probably pretty useless right now, at least like that. And I also know from Risati that no one's looking for this, or they can't look for it. And I laid so many dead ends that if the people I was worried about finding it are looking for it, they're going to be running around in circles, especially since, like, even if they find my stuff back in Lochnim, it's pretty much empty. If they trace that back to Port Saris, we were there and back and there and back and now on a boat, like, and the Empire is like starting to do like war stuff again. They're probably not even looking for this. They probably think it's gone. Like, maybe they're not, but like logically, if I was thinking about it, like, that's a whole mess that's probably super hard to unravel. So the people I've been worried about finding whatever I promised to hide are likely not even looking for it. Instead, I got a whole host of other people looking for it, and they already know at least more than I'd like. So
I would give Yari as well. On the topic of like you thinking that you are more in the clear now, your main port of stay, the main place that had the most information on you, burnt to the ground and is being rebuilt.
Yeah. Like, as Red, Port Saris was where I always went back to. That's where I came to the first time. Well, no, the second. Like, I came to the mainland. I started some lies, and then I went to Port Saris because it was the biggest place to hide. And that place is a mess. Everywhere is a mess. The guild thinks that Red is gone. There's a weird bit of freedom in that. So now I just have to worry about people that could be even on this boat right now. I have no idea how the theater works. Other than
which your passive perception has been giving you a lot of like crew members looking at you, right?
Yeah.
Everybody on the ship has been looking at the people that are being ferried here. Right?
But it's new people. Like, they're not like, there's no gawking and open staring and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, like, right now, no disguise is as good as any disguise because I've only been living in disguises. So, I mean, I don't even have a real name, so it doesn't even matter. It seems like you have a real name though, and I want to make sure that we don't have any surprises and you're okay.
I'm okay. Surprises, I can't guarantee that there won't be any, but that's life.
I'm
My
gotta
past could
love.
come back at any time, and that's also life.
Well,
But go ahead.
I'm pretty glad we're not in a spot where Rasadi can get more bones. Speaking of bones, where are his two friends? You know, did we leave them or did he sneak them?
We've decided what to do with them, but I can't remember what it was now.
Okay. If he has them in a bag somehow,
They're not in the bag of holding, no. Seriously, I cannot remember what we decided to do with them. That was a couple of months ago, I think.
he's got him in a bag. I know he's got him in a bag. He's gonna pull him out of a bag.
Things that will haunt you forever.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't. Tilbius, I don't have any questions because I don't know what to ask. But I'm sure if something happens and I don't understand, I'll ask. But
Sure.
knowing that everything's okay and we're not in trouble and you're not in trouble and this is a good place to be, I'm totally fine with it. Also,
This seems like a good place to be.
You guys see nothing in the distance. As you are looking at the horizon around you, there is nothing but this ship and water.
I didn't know that ships could go this fast.
Me neither.
I mean, the boat that I was on, to be fair, went way faster than this, but I don't think it was a normal boat. It might not have actually been a boat. It might have been like a magic, like you guys did do.
Yours literally looked like a rowboat. Like it was a little.
Yeah, I mean,
Like a rowboat.
Tilvius, you know where the Empire is, basically the islands.
Very loosely, it's off to the west, right?
Far east or west, it's
Depending on what was the Dakota? What was the town that I came to the first time? Do you remember? It wasn't Port Saris.
It wasn't Saris. It was a close by fishing village. I have it somewhere. Let me see.
I don't know if you know the area around Port Saris very much, or the.
Not at all.
Well, I went from the Empire to this fishing village outside of Port Saris in a night.
Okay. That seems pretty fast.
It was really, but it was in a rowboat that I wasn't allowed to row.
There wasn't an oar.
Yeah, there wasn't an oar. The guy didn't give me one either. He just told me to get in the boat, and I got in the boat.
Strange things can happen with magic.
Well, he was one of the proven, and I ran into him. I told you guys about that, and
Yeah.
He said I could keep the coat. I asked him if he knew anything about why the temple was there and anything about this thing, and he said he didn't know and didn't care. He came back there as a favor to the abbot. He didn't have any information for me, and either he was really, really good at lying or he was telling the truth, which was a real bummer. He's pretty annoying, that guy. Yeah.
So as they're having this conversation, what is Rosati up to?
Like what time of day is it?
So right now we are just getting to the point where the veil light is dying out. It's been a long day. We're just getting to that like afternoon where the veil light is starting to bleed out.
I think he would just be honestly probably just watching the ocean like float by, just relaxing. And then I think he's really thinking about his mom a lot, and probably going to try to contact her at bedtime tonight. So
Okay. As you are looking out and kind of just taking stock of everything around, you've never had a unmarred view of the veil. There's nothing on the horizon here to blot it out. It is truly a line in the sky. There's like a blacky inkness beyond it, and through that warm yellow and orange light bleeds, and you watch it just dissipate in the sky.
is there anybody like around me?
There's plenty of crew members going here and there.
I just turned to one of them and I'm just like, have you ever just wondered what the hell that is?
This guy's got kind of like what looks like just a do-rag kind of modeled around his head. He's holding a mop and he just looks at you. What?
Have you ever just stopped to wonder what that is?
He kind of looks so where you're pointing. He goes, yeah, I have stopped to wonder what that is.
What's your take on that?
There are times where I wonder why it's so bright and hot and warm.
Yeah.
But well, I'm just thankful for the warmth. I'm thankful that it comes and goes, because otherwise the sky looks real boring.
And here underneath the sky, like, what is your world's like view on astronomy? Like, is there like celestial bodies, or is it just black nothingness with the veil?
From where you are, the veil light kind of bleeds and dulls the appearance of the moons here. Aristhea has 2 moons that you've seen, right? You've seen 2 moons. When the veil light starts to die out for the night, that's when they come into purchase, and the stars kind of reveal themselves. The night sky kind of lends itself to their, almost as if they're trading places with the veil.
Does the place where the veil is in the sky, are there stars? Does it completely fade to black at night?
It looks almost as if there is like somebody had taken scissors and cut through the sky. And at night, it just looks like a thin slice.
Like a black space?
Mm-hmm.
I've never really just sat down to think about this.
And you watch this guy just kind of like
real strange.
He just kind of leans on his mop a little bit as he looks at you and goes, What makes you think it's so strange? Why?
Well, like, for instance, look over here. You see all these? Would Brasati know what a star is? Like,
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
You still know what moons and stars are.
You do. I do.
Yeah. Most people don't care about the constellations enough to have names for them, or even to name the moons. And I don't think your studies would have brought you in contact with that. I don't think you studied much of it, but
Not a lot.
yeah, you know the concept of them, but not the names.
It dawns on me as I'm looking at the sky underneath this beautiful sky. And, you see stars over here, and we've got a couple of moons, like one over there and one over there. And then there's just this black rip right in the middle of the sky, and there's nothing. But tomorrow, there will be something. Doesn't that strike you as just bizarre?
He just looks at you. No, not really. What I find more bizarre is that it's not bright all the time. I don't know why it goes in and out.
That's also my point. Do we presume this is above the table? Does this world believe in globes, or does this world believe in it's flat?
They believe it's a globe.
Okay.
They believe that if they head far enough west at this point, they will hit the Empire.
Okay. My point is we're on a globe, right? And it goes through that, right? Right? Why is there a space right there always that has light coming through it like a star, only real close, and then it goes away?
You watch this guy. He kind of sits there and tilts his head and just kind of leans it up against the mop here as he's sitting. He goes, maybe a star like died, and that's what happens.
Oh, like it turns on and off, maybe?
Maybe they each them.
Interesting. I wonder. Well, he wouldn't know enough about.
An old sailor walks by and goes, stars are just fairies trying to trick you into going the wrong way.
You beat me to the punch. As you are sitting here conversing with this guy, that person with the scales for skin almost, and that like odd complexion, walks by, and as you do, you see the guy with the mop kind of looks at him and goes, and then starts very quickly mopping his way away from you. And as this individual gets over to you, he kind of looks at you and goes, puts no purchase in that. The stars dying. The veil comes from Aethera to us. She gives us the light.
So we don't have a star anymore? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, the veil itself is Aethera's design.
Oh, so we're special, right?
So much that the world is special.
And above board again, Aethera is
the goddess of light and creation.
Okay.
That seems about right.
Okay. All right, I'm done pussyfooting around with the moon and the stars and the things. I'm going to go down to my room and set up my little thing, and I'm going to try to call out to Mom.
Yeah. So how are you calling out to your mother here as we do?
I'm going to pull out my book. I'm going to pull out an old locket that she gave me a long time ago.
Okay.
Long time ago. I'm just going to lay it on the book. I'm just going to kind of run my fingers over it and kind of take the chain in between my big ass orc fingers and just kind of, grasp it. And then I'm just going to close my eyes and concentrate and just send myself or my thoughts out into the ether and see if I connect.
Make me an Arcana check.
Essentially, it's sending, but I don't have sending, so.
Yeah.
This is my attempt at figuring that out. Not too bad. That's what's that? That's 14 plus 7, and that's 23, I believe.
Okay. On a 23, you don't feel any spell slots consumed. You don't understand the intricacies of a sending spell, but you close your eyes and push your conscience outwards towards this thing that is a connection to your mother, who you spent so much time with. Your mind is filled with thoughts of her, and you focus on that connection, that thread that you felt before, that thread that you felt was cut. As you are extending your like magical muscle to this and kind of like weaving it through that thread, you get to that frayed bit where it was cut, where you feel that connection missing. And there's nothing to connect to. There's nothing on the other side. And you kind of retreat back into yourself. Your magic comes to you. There's just a moment where you're sitting there and you feel very alone. Make me an intelligence saving throw.
Yep. You got it. Can I make it at disadvantage?
Yeah. I'll tell you the DC, by the way. The DC is 21.
21? I'm going to fail that. That is a 5 on the dice for a... Where's my... That's a 12.
Okay. So on a 12, as you take your magic and you retreat back into yourself, as you just opened yourself to the world, your mind is seared. There's a burning pain just imprinted on your mind as you see a single white tower that sits among a white city. And that image is seared into you as it disappears and just kind of burns away into your mind. It's almost as if the image originated from that tower and then spread out to encompass the city.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, we gotta get to that fucking city. Fuck, that hurts. I leave my quarters and go find Gerda.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, do you have anything that can like help with like a headache or pain?
Take these mushrooms.
You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted. Try again. You're muted. Muted.
Gerda, you're muted.
Oh.
Oh my god, it's such a good speech. I was just going to say, I'll have you know that I actually am an herbalist of very high stature, and I mix things that are not just psychedelic, so don't worry. He's not going to be hallucinating because I can actually procure a very good headache tincture, and I am very great for team morale.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I might be able to sleep a little bit tonight because of this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. And then I'll go slowly back to my room.
Yeah.
Feeling much better, hopefully, and just out.
I can guarantee it does that.
Gerda, what are you up to in between your talks with Tilvius and Yari, in between your little like talking to Argyle as he's at the door and then messing with Rosati towards the end of the night? What is Gerda up to in the meantime? Getting some water.
Absolutely. It's gotta hydrate.
Gerda has literally never been on anything like this before, and this is quite a large ship, so she is, I would say, scuttling just everywhere, just all over the ropes, up and down, snarfing around. Look at this black mold in this corner. Let me scoop it up and make a satchel of my trodden dander. You know,
So it takes you a hot minute to find any type of mold or mildew here. This seems to be a
hot
very
minute means
well
a
kept.
long time or a short time.
Yeah, a long time. It seems to be very well kept, but eventually you're down in what looks like something where they have like holes in the side of the ship, and there's these like
Ooh.
large metal contraptions that are pointed out at these holes, and you have no idea what these are. But as you're going through, you find like some type of like black dust that's kind of like colluded with something in a corner, and you pick that up.
And no one's around me, so I'm just like.
There's still people inside this room. You see that dwarf individual that looks
One we
like
don't
he
like?
is. You don't know if you don't like him yet, or you tell me if you don't.
I don't
But
know.
you see him just kind of like looking at one of these things. He fucking kicks it and then just starts cursing at the
a
pain
creature?
in his foot. No, the dwarf just kicked one of those like metal things that's pointing out of one of the holes in the wall, and then is just cursing at the pain in his foot.
Honestly, I'm like really not concerned with him, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to gather what I can with my multiple knit sacks that I use to collect dust and rot and mold and bugs made out of my own combed out dander that I've weaved. And I'm just going to get out of there because I don't want him to engage in conversation because it sounds awful and boring. And I'm going to continue to scuttle about the ship and snarf at any hole or crack. And maybe if I meet a any sort of bug, actually, I'll just either eat it there or put it in my satchel for later.
Oh yeah, 100%. You find some bugs on your trip around. Things you haven't seen before. You find one that looks that has like these like short wings that looks almost like a beetle, but has these incredibly long, like 4 very long legs that kind of go out in any direction, that have this weird membrane to the bottom of them.
Ew.
And the crunch as you eat it is different than a crunch you've had on any other insect you've eaten. And there's like this slimy membrane to it almost.
I made it, Ma. I'm eating exotic food.
There you go.
Well, I mean, that sounds great. I'm 100% for it. I mean, this is what I'm living for. I have nothing, and every day is better than the day before. So look at me. I'm king of the world, sailing on a ship.
Glad you were so excited about this.
Eating rots I've never touched before.
Wonderful. So as the Veilite dies, as the stars come out, as the moons become apparent in this sky that you've never seen with such acuity before, it is bright. It is grandiose. There's this regal feeling to the air as the stars reflect upon the sea, and you almost see those pinpricks of light that just reflect off the water's surface here. The crew members don't show much interest as they're just kind of going about their business. Some of them are getting ready to retire for the night. They seem to be working in shifts somewhat as you see some new people come up. Somebody's climbing the ropes to get to the crow's nest, but those stars and the moons here just reflect, and you have time to really look at that here. What do you guys want to do before you sleep for the night, if anything?
I mean, if no one's doing anything, I'd love to just like maybe sit together by around a little just circle and we all drink tea and maybe share a day because I feel like this is a big day for everybody. Like Tilvius, when's the last time you got on a ship, right?
So you call up to Tilvius and he looks over and goes, "What?" And there is a tear coming streaking down his face.
Right? I feel like this is kind of a big day for everybody. Maybe we should have a little powwow.
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Buddy? Come on, champ. Let's get you some tea. All right. Do we have a way? Come on. Do we have a way to make tea?
Oh, yes, me. I just snap my fingers and the cups just poof, 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 poof.
What kind of herbs we have in there? Like a nice calming blend, like some chamomile.
Like a little chamomile mixed with just like a hint of citrus, finished with just this very earthy, warm, not cinnamon, but just like give you a big bear hug kind of flavor.
How you doing, champ?
I'm doing okay, thanks. It's just a lot.
You want to talk about it?
I can if you'd like me to.
We'd love to listen.
What's going on, bud? How you doing, big guy?
Would you all like to hear the Ballad of Tilvius of the Circling Waters?
I think
It's not a song.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys listen to my random shit all the time, so of course.
DM, how much more time does everyone have?
Yeah, we're gonna end after this, so you're free. I don't think anybody's like super pressed to go to bed immediately, right?
I think we actually all need.
I
to
really
hear this
need to
ballad.
hear this.
I think they need you to talk more than they need to sleep.
Okay. Far off, in an isolated, forested, mountainous area, there was a herd of centaurs who lived in a small agrarian village, though to call it a village would be generous. It's called the Circling Waters because it's located next to a nexus of several streams and creeks that came together. And in that village lived a young Tilvius. He was a talented musician with percussion and wind instruments, and he was also a decent hunter with a short bow. But he always seemed to have his head in the clouds, causing the rest of the herd to deem him unreliable and grumpily shake their heads at him. When he was about 18 years old, Tilvius fell madly in love with a beautiful centaur from a neighboring herd, and he tried to convince her to run away with him into a wide world of adventure somewhere. But she chose instead to marry a solid, steadfast, reliable, and completely boring member of the Circling Waters. Heartbroken, Tilvius ran away from home, deciding to follow the river through the forest to the sea with notions of romantic adventures swirling in his brain. Well, the first couple of weeks were a lesson in abject misery. Not just because of the heartbreak. Horrible torrential rain drenched poor Tilvius. And at one point, he was forced to run from his life from a rampaging Umber Hulk. Finally, the rains cleared, and he could just barely make out the sound of the ocean through the trees ahead. And ecstatic, he rushed forward, right into a net trap that scooped him off the ground and left him dangling in the air. The trap had been set by a crew of seagoing pirates who'd been hoping to catch a boar or a deer or something to eat. And after a few hours, when they finally came by to check their trap, they found something that was absolutely more delightful. The pirate captain himself came by and looked and said he knew someone who would pay very handsomely to deliver a live centaur to him as a slave. So Tilvius was bundled aboard a pirate ship and chained by his left hind leg in a tiny brig. And at this point, he reaches back and he removes these leg warmers that you've seen him been wearing. And his left hind leg is just ringed with circular scars all the way around it, as if metal manacles. The ship's cook had been killed in some accident the previous week, and Tilvius kind of meekly mentioned that he could cook. So the captain ordered him dragged to the galley to see if it was true, and it was. The crew thought that Tilvius' cooking skills were much better than the previous cook. So 3 times a day, Tilvius would be dragged literally to the galley and chained there under the watchful eye of a guard to cook for the entire crew, and then dragged back to the brig. He was never allowed to go above deck. His only window to the world was a little tiny porthole in the galley. Every night, the captain would gather the crew on the deck and try to lift their morale by playing, and he reaches into his saddlebag and he takes out his concertina. The crew would sing crude sea shanties and drunkenly dance around. And Tilvius had to admit, Captain was a skilled musician. And he here and there found his hooves tapping along to the music. One night after he finished cooking and been chained back up in the brig, Tilvius was shocked when the captain himself approached and roughly tossed his concertina at him and a stack of sheet music. Captain said his men had told him about Tilvius's musical toe tapping. And the captain was sick to death of playing music for his crew of, quote, drunken, lousy louts, and demanded that Tilvius learn to play the concertina. Thankfully, Tilvius was a quick learner and had the basics down in just a few minutes, but he never seen sheet music before. He didn't know what it was. He didn't know how to read sheet music. And so the captain growled, turned over his shoulder, and shouted, "Serena!" And a beautiful young pirate woman stepped up next to the captain. She had dark skin and long, curly black hair. The captain slapped the sheet music into her hands and scowled. "You're the only one of my crew that can read music. I don't have time, so you're going to teach this beast how to read. It's your responsibility now." And then he stalked off. And for the next couple of weeks, Serena would come to the brig every evening and tutor Tilvius in how to read music, and translate it to notes. And every evening the captain would stomp down and demand, "Is it ready yet?" To which Serena would reply, "Not quite yet," but he was almost there. And the captain would snatch the concertina back and head upstairs to serenade the crew himself. And something else happened during those 2 weeks. As they spent more and more time together, Tilvius and Serena felt a spark between them. And somehow, improbably, they each separately realized that they had fallen in love with each other. Finally, Serena declared that Tilvius was ready, and Tilvius was dragged literally above deck and chained there, exposed to fresh air for the first time, and he didn't know how long, months, and told to play a song. And he played skillfully as Serena looked proudly on, and the crew sang and danced and laughed and had a merry old time. And at this point, Tilvius starts to remove his shirt, takes his shirt off, and starts to undo the studded leather armor that he's wearing under it. And then he continues his story. From that day on, after he cooked the evening meal, Tilvius would be chained above deck and play all the songs that the crew knew. And Serena made sure to take over guard duty as much as possible to spend time with Tilvius. A month or two passed. One evening, after the music had ended, instead of having him dragged back to the brig, the captain had Tilvius brought before him as he stood in the middle of the entire crew on the deck. The captain complimented Tilvius on making the finest food this crew had ever eaten, and being quite a skilled musician, maybe even more skilled than he was, and becoming quite popular on the ship, to which the rest of the crew heartily cheered, "Yeah!" Well, the captain said there was only one thing to be done about that. The captain snapped his fingers, and suddenly the crew jumped Tilvius, stripping off his shirt and tying him face first against the mainmast. The captain pulled out a whip, and at this point, Tilvius has his armor off, and he's naked from the waist up, And he turns his back to you, and there's just scars, diagonal scars, dozens of them across his back. Tilvius had never felt pain like that. He didn't know it was possible to feel pain like that. When he was on the verge of passing out, the captain stopped finally, put his face right up to Tilvius's face. Never forget your place. Tilvius was dragged back down and personally thrown back in the brig by the captain. Before he went back to his quarters, the captain thrust a wad of filthy bandages into Serena's horrified hands and said, "Clean its wounds. Make sure they don't get infected. We're making landfall in a couple of days, and we won't get any money for it if it's dead." Tilvius was mostly delirious for the next 2 days, and the crew subsisted on leftovers and hardtack, which they all agreed was a fair price to pay for being witness to such an entertaining whipping. When he finally began to regain his senses in the middle of the night, he was surprised to find himself unchained. The cell door to the brig was wide open, and Serena was standing in it. She quickly dressed him with a new shirt and a short, dark cloak and whispered that she had drugged all the lookouts, but they'd have to hurry if they were going to get Tilvius out of there. She led Tilvius above deck, where he saw that the ship was anchored in a small bay. Serena bundled him into one of the ship's boats, hopped in next to him, lowered it into the water as quietly as she could, and rowed them to the beach, and helped him out of the boat, then handed him a bundle wrapped in a blanket. She said that the captain was meeting Tilvius's buyer here in the morning. So she needed Tilvius to do something for her. She needed Tilvius to run as far and as fast as he could, and don't look back. And she said, "I can't bear to ever see you caged again." And Tilvius started to protest that he wouldn't go anywhere without Serena, and they both heard a commotion and shouting coming from the pirate ship anchored off the shore. And Serena cut Tilvius off and said, "I can't go with you. If I leave, the captain will never stop hunting me. This is my life, but I won't let it be yours. Just knowing you're free is more freedom for me than I ever thought would be possible." And she grabbed the front of his shirt, and she pulled his face down to hers and kissed him. Behind them, they heard a splash as the pirates launched another boat from the ship. And Serena said that she could hold them off long enough for Tilvius to get away. And Tilvius protested the captain would kill her for letting Tilvius go. And Serena assured him not to worry about that. The captain was her father, after all. And he promised her mother on her deathbed that he'd never let any harm befall Serena. And the captain is nothing and not a man of his word. And she pushed the boat back into the water and climbed in and commanded Tilvius to go. Run. And he did. He turned and galloped full speed away from the shore, tears blinding him, clutching the bundle that Serena had given him. He could hear the shouting of the pirates getting closer. He ran into the woods and kept running, running, and running. And that's the Ballad of Tilvius of the Circling Waters. And he sits down and he starts to put his shirt back on.
No, wait, slow down.
Do do you want to add anything to that story as we close out tonight? Do you want to drop anything there?
Oh, yes. I'll put the concertina down in front of them, and I'll say, "This was in the bundle that Serena gave to me." And I pull out the nice short sword and I put it next to it. This was Serena's sword. This concertina was Captain Edward Vane's concertina.
That's where we'll end for the night. Good job. Well done. That was great.
That was epic.
Get this man a fucking Oscar.
That's
Yeah.
heavy.
We fuck.
Sad.
Fuck.
Fuck, yeah.
We all
Oh,
turn
God.
to Gerda and we're like, "What's your sad backstory?" And she's like, I'm actually good."
She's got a bad.
Solid.
She's got a bad.
Thanks.
She's got a bad backstory too.
Yeah, that was stellar, everybody. That was a great session. We're gonna go ahead and do outros. And I will say, before we get cut off by dumbass outros and me having to hit the end button, because it happens every time. I think
Mom?
we're back next week with weirdness. I think.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Mommy?
So we'll be back next week with weirdness, and then the week after that we'll be back with Unveiled. We'll probably be on this boat for a little while. So we got some stuff. We got some stuff planned. Hopefully everybody is gonna have a fun time on boat. Yeah, but we'll do outros. Tell me what you enjoyed about tonight. What are you looking forward to? Rosati, how you doing?
I am just overjoyed at all of the opportunities that are in front of us. Chris, you are a magnificent player and a DM's fucking dreams. Just wanted you to throw that out there. I don't know. This cast is amazing. Our characters are amazing, and I can't wait to see what kind of bullshit we get into.
Hi, Yari.
Hello. My name is Joff. I'm an anthropomorphic sandwich, and I played Yari. My hope is that someday I'm able to play my character well and figure out what she's actually like, because I'm still trying to figure that out. Let me tell you something about Cheetos. Not quite as good as Salsitos, but they both end with Etos. I urge you all to try Salsitos. They are very salty, but they are very good. Cheetos, not my favorite. Dakota is not wearing pants. Over to you, whoever's next.
It's true. Hi, Argyle.
I don't know how I'm gonna pass that. I still think there's a dragon turtle under the ship, and I have a sneaky.
I think you'd notice.
I think I've already noticed
when he talked about that.
But in all seriousness, I'm Argyle. I'm Amador. Chris, you are literally a DM's wet dream. Thank you for being the best.
I like to play this game.
Yeah,
It's fun.
we can tell.
Good. It's good.
It's very good.
So good.
Hi,
It's so good.
Hi, me?
Hi, Gerda.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
How's it going?
So just so delighted to be able to scuttle about a ship and like lick up some molds I've never met before, and just, you know, maybe I've seen a sunset. Of course I've seen a sunset, you know, on many a sunset in the swamps and seen beautiful things, but to see it set across the water, my God, what a feeling I've never felt before. My fur stands on an end. Never imagined. I am on cloud 9, so as much as I may vomit even more than normal, which I'm probably not because my stomach is quite seasoned, this is one of the most moving moments of my life.
I dig it. Hi, Tilvius.
Hey, guys. I hope you liked my story.
It was the best.
I hope it made you all cry buckets of tears.
It did.
I liked it just as much as when I read it the first time.
Yes, I had said that to Shiro
Weep on
when
my
I made my
pillow
character.
tonight.
On your wee pillow.
On the wee pillow.
My weeping pillow.
My
Also,
weeping
none of us are wearing
pillow.
pants, so it's
And
okay.
I'm sure we'll never see Edward Vane. I'm sure that'll never come
No,
up.
that'll never happen.
If I do,
not-
it's
it's not-
10 toes down on
It's
fucking
not
side.
Sylvius' life goal to.
I'm going
To
to
kill
bury
him.
him in a fire ant hill. That is what I'm going to do.
Maybe he's a good guy. You guys don't know.
Fuck that.
Maybe he turned the leaf, you know? Maybe he like started working on
Fuck
cheering.
that.
As
Fuck
maybe-
that.
As a great man once said, the axe will forget, but the tree will always remember.
And I have been Dakota or Shiro. Check us out with Weirdness next week. That is Chris's game. So if you liked his story, come check out more of his stories.
You all killed a vampire tree last episode.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you'll
also-
agree with what are their names? Ricky and Bobby.
I love
Ricky and Bobby.
Stowies.
That Chris makes fun stowies.
Yes, makes fun stories. And we'll be back after that on this fucking boat. Have a good week. I appreciate you. I hope everything goes for you. I hope everything's amazing. And say thank you to our mom.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Mother.
You're welcome.
Mommy.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's gonna happen next time? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.